Alright, what's up everybody and welcome back to the channel. Today is Friday. I actually uploaded a video today, but this video won't be uploaded till probably Monday. I happened to make 2 videos in one day, but I didn't want to upload them the same day. So I'm on my way to go to the Ford dealership. I'm actually picking up a new truck. So, before I started the YouTube channel, I've had a total of 19 vehicles, not including the vehicle I'm about to go pick up. So, you could say I have somewhat of a car problem. I get really bored of things and I want other things, and yeah, that's really what happens. But I had a 2016, so before the Jeep, I had a 2016 Ford F-150 Lariat, with the sport appearance package and pretty much every option you could have without it being a platinum. And it was one of the nicest vehicles I think I've ever owned. And I've owned, you know, some pretty nice cars. I mean, obviously the Hellcat's really nice, but as far as like interior and luxury and amenities go, that F-150 was really high up there on my list of vehicles. It gives the Hellcat a run for its money. I'd say it's almost, I wouldn't say it's nicer than the Hellcat on the inside, because I think the Dodge leather is a little bit nicer. Sorry, I'm trying to hold this big ass camera and drive. I do think the Dodge leather in here is a little bit nicer. But as far as usability and the amenities, the Ford is definitely up there. The F-150s are really nice trucks. I think they really set the standard for luxury trucks. And you know, you can debate, say, oh, Dodge is better, Chevy's better, GMC's better, and I think it comes down to personal preference. But for me personally, I've owned Dodge trucks and I've owned Ford trucks now, and I think Ford makes a really good truck. I think they're really exceptional. Now, I'll tell you more about the truck here in a little bit, but I just want to kind of go over the reasons why I bought it. It's going to be my new daily driver, so I'm going to be driving it to work and using it as my main vehicle. I want to stop putting miles on the Hellcat. I've been driving the Hellcat a lot lately, and my Jeep's obviously getting up there in mileage. And so I wanted to pick up the truck to put miles on that, because obviously it's going to start at 2 or 3 miles. It literally came off the train last night. When I went to the dealer to pick one out to see what I could get a price on one, they didn't even have the one I wanted, so it was actually in transit. So it came right off the train last night. They picked it up from the rail station, so it's probably have like 2 or 3 miles on it, whatever. No big deal. But so that's going to be my new main vehicle that I'm going to drive every day. And for a daily driver, especially when it's cold out, it's really nice to have the heated seats, you know, cooling seats when it's cold out, or I mean when it's hot out, the navigation, like a nice stereo. Driving my Jeep every day was kind of getting obnoxious. It's really loud inside. Obviously it's a Jeep Wrangler, so I knew this buying a Jeep Wrangler. It's really loud inside, especially with the soft top and the exhaust that I have. It makes it really loud. The stereo sucks. It's just a plain CD player. I could have got the navigation. At the time of buying the Jeep, I didn't really think it was necessary. It has cloth. I already made a video that I should have bought leather, which I really wish I would have at this point. And I wish it had heated seats, which you can actually add the OEM version. It's only like $200 or $300. It's actually really not that bad. But with all the mods I have on the Jeep, and with it having 37s and just everything I have done to it, really, driving it daily is, you know, it's wear and tear on those parts that don't need it, and it's not comfortable to drive. Like, if you own a Jeep Wrangler, you know this buying a Jeep Wrangler, actually, before you even get one. You know that buying one, you're not buying a luxury vehicle. So I'm not complaining about it, I'm just saying those are the facts, and that's why I don't want to daily drive it anymore. I don't like daily driving it. It just gets annoying. It's really, you know, first world problems, I guess. But that's, you know, that kind of separates, I think, people buying Wranglers from Grand Cherokees. Is like they want a Jeep, but they want to have a nice daily driver. So you kind of decide. And when I bought the Wrangler, my thing was, I'm gonna wheel it every weekend, because that's why I'm buying it. That's what I want to do. That's what I like doing. I love wheeling. It's so much fun. And that's what I was doing in Colorado. Now, living in Texas, I don't get to do that all the time. Actually, I don't get to do it ever, you know. The only time I've done it since I've lived here, and I'm going on 7 months of living here, is when I drove to Moab. Yeah, I went up to Colorado for Christmas vacation, but pretty much all the trails were shut off, so I only got to do a little bit of snow wheeling. But for the most part, the only wheeling I've done is Moab, and driving the Jeep, it's not bad. I mean, driving the Jeep 10 hours to Moab, I mean, it wasn't bad by any means, but it wasn't comfortable. I wasn't like, oh man, this road trip is nothing. I was like, it's uncomfortable. This isn't too fun. I can't really hear the music because the damn exhaust is so loud. And the exhaust is only that loud because I have the soft top, so I can only really blame myself for that. I'm not knocking on Jeep at all. I'm just saying the reason why I don't want to daily drive it anymore versus the reason why I want to daily drive an F-150. So, like I said, I had an F-150 before. It was an amazing daily driver. I loved it. Like I said, it had every amenity that I needed. Jeez, these people are driving like shit again. Same spot every time. But I wanted to get back into wheeling and get a Jeep, and I had put 10,000 miles on that truck within, I want to say it was a month and a half, maybe 2 months at the most. I had 2 stores that I was managing, so I was driving all over Denver, Westminster, and then back home to Elizabeth. It was a lot of miles. If you don't know Colorado, you don't understand what I'm talking about, but let's just say it was a lot of miles, obviously. It was 10,000 miles. I'd say it was closer to 2 months. So 10,000 miles in 2 months. That's a lot of miles. And it was a brand new truck, you know, it booked at, I didn't pay even close to what it booked at, but it did, they had it listed for $67,000, so you know, just by knowing the price of it, you know it was a nice truck. And I didn't want to put that many miles on that truck. It was like, I'm paying this much for this truck, yet I'm using it, but I'm also like, it's, you know, I'm gonna be doing maintenance miles already. Like, I'm gonna start doing maintenance on this thing soon. It's like, I just got it. So I switched over to the Jeep, loved it, you know, fixed it up, did everything in my own garage besides welding the seat gussets because I can't weld. So I built the Jeep in my garage. So Jeep was really my pride and joy. And then I got to Texas, and my idea was to drive to Colorado maybe once or twice a month to go wheeling because it's really not that far. It's only about 6 hours. And with work and like how things just got in the way, and driving the Jeep 6 hours just to go wheeling just didn't seem like it was worth it at the time, which is now. So I haven't really been using the Jeep much. It's just been kind of sitting there, and I've been driving the Hellcat more, and now I'm at the point where I'm like, all right, I need to back off the miles of the Hellcat too, because you start doing maintenance on a Hellcat stuff, you know, it gets expensive. And with the mods that I have done, you put more miles on the mods, they don't last as long, and that stuff gets expensive. And I want to have this car for a very, very long time. I say that now, but I do switch vehicles all the time, obviously. But I do want to, you know, keep the miles a little bit lower on the Hellcat, and really use it as like a weekend car to enjoy. Who's texting me? So yeah, really use it as like a weekend car to enjoy. And so my vehicle during the week to drive every day, it's not like I drive far to work, but I do drive it, you know, here and there and around town running errands, is the Jeep. And it's not a good daily driver anymore. Now, that doesn't mean you shouldn't do 37s, you shouldn't lift your Jeep. It can still be a daily driver. I'm just saying, I'm at the point in my life where it's nice to drive something that has leather and a nice stereo system and it's quiet on the inside. Like, God, that makes me sound fucking old when I talk like that. But it's true. It's absolutely true, because I love driving the Hellcat every day because, you know, I warm it up and I've got the heat on and the heated seats on and the heated steering wheel on, and drive it to work when it's like, you know, 10 degrees out. It's awesome. It's comfortable. It's got leather. The seats are nice and warm. The stereo's really good. You know, it's relatively quiet on the inside when you don't get on it. But at the same time, you know, I've got $800 drag radials on this car that don't last very long. And there's a video coming soon on that because I only got like 2,000 miles out of my last set. So there's a video coming on that very soon. But so it's just, you know, you can easily daily drive a Hellcat. Don't get me wrong. I know plenty of people that do it, and I could do it. I don't want to do it. I'd rather use it as like a weekend car, or when I, you know, or when I want to drive it during the week, I drive it during the week. But I don't know, I just don't want to put that many miles on it. So, is what it is. So I'm going to the Ford dealership. I feel like I'm just rambling on, so I apologize for that if you guys are already bored. But I'm gonna go to the Ford dealership and sign the paperwork and pick up the truck. So I will show you guys that here very shortly. All right, guys. So we are in the new Ford F-150. So I'm gonna do a walk around once I get home, but they literally pulled it straight from the train station, brought it here, and I had them leave all the plastics on, just because I want to pull all the plastics off myself and then have Coley at Ride Remodel wash it right away, just to make sure that's washed correctly and I don't get scratches in the paint already. Not saying that the dealership does a bad job, but they don't use all the practices that Coley would use. So, and the best time to start cleaning it correctly is now when it's brand new. So just so you don't, because once you get swirls in it, then you got to paint correct it. So I mean, I'm sure there could be some swirls in it, obviously, from transit and things like that. But if you look around, you'll see like the window sticker still on there. Got all the seats covered in plastic. Even the antenna is up there. I got to put that in. So literally straight from, I mean, even got the saran wrap around the steering wheel. So literally straight from the train station, which is really cool. Usually it's all prepped for you and stuff, but I think it's cool to take it home yourself, unwrap it, and then we'll have Coley prep it correctly. And this, okay, so like I said, I've had this truck before, and I'm gonna do a full review and everything. Mine was the 6-speed auto, now it's a 10-speed auto, and then this one has the auto start and stop technology, which I think is freaking annoying, so I'm gonna turn that off because it just did it, and I don't know, it feels weird, that's for sure. So yeah, that's gonna conclude this video of my new Ford F-150. So like I said, after this you'll see just a little walk around, but make sure you guys always comment, like, subscribe. Let me know what you think of the new truck, and let me know what truck you guys prefer. Like I said, I really enjoy Fords. I didn't need a diesel because I'm not really towing anything that crazy, and if I really wanted to tow the Hellcat, this truck could easily do it, but I don't think I'll ever be doing that. So for a daily driver, all-around truck, this is the best truck for me personally. And yeah, just let me know what trucks you guys like below, and make sure you always comment, like, subscribe. We'll see you guys on the next one. All right, guys, so here it is, F-150 Lariat. It's got the Sport Appearance package, which means everything's painted to match, which I really like. I hate all the chrome, and I hate when it's not painted to match. It is the big 4-door, 5.5-foot short bed, which I like. And it's got the LED lighting. It's already got my little toolbox thing back there. But yeah, it's all leather, navigation, twin panel, moonroof. I'll show you guys that in another video, but this thing's huge. But yeah, just wanted to give you a little overview of the truck. Just a little walk around. That's it.